Country Club here in the Asia-Oceanic Guts Championship. We welcome you here. Sorry, Asia-Oceanic Ultimate and Guts Championship here in, again, Alabang Country Club. The weather has been great. It has been raining for the last 3 days. But now we finally see King's Sun heating it up for both teams as they play. I am JP De Vera, joined by my partner, Ian Garcia.
Yeah, so again, we welcome you. This is the second game for the field number 1. This will be Philippines versus Malaysia.
And looking at the Philippine team right now, they are very loose, having fun. This is going to be a great competitive matchup against Malaysia. I was sitting down there with their coach a while ago, Ian, and they were telling me that this is a relatively new team. They did bring 30% of their original roster from AOUGC 2019, and they are looking to build from that since Ultimate has been absent in the international scene for the longest time because of the pandemic.
Well, look no further. This Philippine Open team number 2 is our under-24 team who was not able to go and compete in the recent competition in London.
Yeah, Team Pilipinas looking to bounce back from that U24 squad for Team Pilipinas, mostly comprised of our youth players here in the local scene. Malaysia bolstering a roster that is a mix of veterans and new players, but their coach Bernard was able to tell me earlier that this is a relatively new team and they did do a long tryout process for the squad.
As we see the first pull of the game from the Philippines, Malaysia to receive the disc. Number 43 of Malaysia, Obon Kai, swinging the disc to number 97.
Philippines starting out this game, marking it flat. A beautiful
what a grab by
is going to be
11.
defended by number 11. Throws it up high. We are going to see a sky to start the game.
Just a missed catch, partner.
It was a missed catch, but an excellent read by both players.
An excellent defense to start the their defensive play. Who's that? Okay.
Malaysia looking to restart their point. Philippines almost getting a quick break there, partner.
Actually, I think Malaysia was able to dodge the bullet there, my friend.
Now look at the start to offense.
Yeah, it's Yiling D to barreling. Now, swing the disc to the middle to Ubon Kai again, their main handler.
Very intense defense by the Philippines, resulting in a turnover for Malaysia. They now look to score the first break of the game.
Yeah, with this youthful energy from our under-24 team, this is a good start from our team Philippines.
Open cut. It's a miscommunication, but it was caught.
Wow.
They are now in front of their end zone looking for that first break.
So that's Aldora Teofilo.
Throws it deep.
Missing.
Team Pilipinas looking very athletic to start the game. 2 hawk attempts are going to miss, but they are looking blazing fast on the turn. Malaysia looking very poised.
Well, for sure, this under-24 from the Philippines needs a little more chemistry to work on because this is their actual first international tournament since they missed their opportunity playing in London.
Audric Lingde to start the offense for Malaysia, picking up that disc. A left-handed handler throws a left-handed throw, a left-handed forehand throw towards their break side. Boy, that is very favorable.
Ubon Kai again getting the disc, missing their cutter, Audric Yiling D.
Excellent cutting execution by Malaysia. Unfortunately, that throw coming out to be too strong.
From the Philippines again.
This is Jules Viernes under that disc, trying to catch it, but the Malaysian player just too aggressive with it and making an excellent defensive play to make that turnover happen.
Malaysia slowly picking up the disc and trying to settle themselves down, having a vertical stack.
A cutter ran deep and he was actually open. The handler decides not to throw it and opts for a swing. Malaysia doing an excellent job in swinging the disc and putting it on the break side, creating more space for their cutters to make a cut.
Looking for that number.
Very beautiful
Odrik
backhand
Ilingdi
throw
again,
and an
yeah.
even more beautiful left-handed catch, being able to put that disc in bounds. Malaysia looking very athletic as well.
Yiling deep to Ubon Kai. Ubon Kai looking for a forward pass to Yiling D again.
A nice inside-out throw to break that mark.
Getting a hawk
A blady backhand throw is going to connect
for grabs to number
in front of their end
21.
zone, and they do manage to punch it in to get the first goal of the game. Malaysia starting out slow, but being able to connect on that hook. How do you think the teams match up so far, partner?
I think they are both energetic and they're actually aggressive, looking for that early hooks. But you know, this is still early part of the game, and we will see more of both teams settling more settling down and going on with their plays. I see.
Well, that was an excellent execution by the Malaysian squad. Team Philippines being able to get a couple of turnovers to start the game.
Yiling D, nice hawk to number 21,
That
Fung
grab
Chi
was
Tuan
amazing.
Anong. Yeah.
Being able to track that disc down.
We will see now how the offense of Team Philippines will be able to match up with the defense of Malaysia. So we see a four-handler or three-handler set for the Philippines and an H stack for the Philippines. Number 31 of the Philippines. Oh, yeah.
Being able to zip that one in the middle.
Getting to their main handler.
Philippines showing to be a handler-heavy team as they opt to attack the smaller spaces rather than chop for big yardages. And it has been working so far. A hammer is thrown by number 55.
The end
It is going to
zone.
connect for a bidding catch.
Wow.
And that is a way to start the game
wait.
for Team Pilipinas.
I think there is a conversation in the field.
It may have been short, maybe not inside the end zone yet.
Or I think the Malaysians think that or thought that the Philippine team wasn't able to catch the disc. So we're waiting. So there's an amicable sign that they were able to reach a certain agreement.
Conversation still happening. And again, my partner and I were talking about this earlier on the first game during Chinese Taipei and Malaysia.
Oh, it's not in yet.
And
There.
now they do end up scoring their first goal of the game, but hands are being thrown up as a sign of a miscue, probably a violation.
Before the play started.
Philippine player looking just a tad bit too excited to start that point without checking that disc
Who
in.
wouldn't be there in the front of the end zone already?
Malaysia looking to defend their end zone, and they're doing an excellent job at it too,
Whoa.
forcing a throw.
That's a miscommunication for the Philippines.
Excellent mark by the Malaysian D-line. Now they look to get the first break of the game. They throw it big. A looping backhand throw is going to end up.
The Filipino catching up.
And
And-
Jester Zelda.
There is a call. I believe there is a foul being called right now by number 3 of Malaysia, Frankie Wong Hasyang.
And Hashang doing an excellent job tracking that disc down. But I think the Filipino player, there was some contact and he was able to call it before the play was made.
Yeah, I think their feet got tangled up a bit. That's why a foul is being called. And again, for those who are new to watching this game, Ultimate is a non-contact sport and self-refereed. That's why the players are there to talk to each other and settle their differences.
Yeah, the beauty of the game
Of course.
when it comes to Ultimate is what you call the pillar of it, which is spirit of the game or sportsmanship, being able to be honest, amicable, and communicating, even though these teams are from different countries, they are trying their hardest to understand each other as the game advisor comes in to help them resolve the call.
Yeah, I believe one of the evolution as the game evolved, um, the addition of game advisors in international tournaments is very, very important.
It has been a big
Yeah,
help. It has been a
sure.
big help.
So the disc is coming back. So this is a foul contest. It is a contested foul. So that's why the disc is coming back.
I did see hands from the handler spot, so it could have been a throwing foul, a marking foul rather, that was made on the throw, which the Filipino defender is not contesting. This goes back to 0 stall count.
So Sean getting the disc in the middle to their cutter Ian Ho Hung. Now, oh, he was left open. Desmond Chong.
Beautiful flow by Malaysia,
I agree.
showing technical mastery of the spaces using lateral space.
They're
You know-
actually getting the defense is giving them.
They are shifting the defense of Team Pilipinas, challenging them. A high throw is going to connect for Malaysia right now. They are near their end zone, but they are along the sideline.
And they're being patient and to think this is their D line. Oh, that's a miscommunication.
You
and,
were right on cue on there,
Yeah,
partner.
I know.
They went just a tad bit too fast as the lefty handler from the Philippines, Jared Lesa, picks it up to start the offense for Team Pilipinas. He automatically
Getting a
throws
hop.
that big hook, looking for his partner, Chester Zelda, in that play. Zelda being able to read that disc, but unfortunately, it landed out of bounds. And Malaysia gets another chance to get the first break of the game for their team.
It's actually a good opportunity for the Philippines as they are having a hard time taking the disc going down to their end zone. So it might be a good decision on their part to do that.
It may have been ill-advised too, partner, as there is no wind in here, as it might be favorable for Malaysia to run down the disc in front of the end zone right away.
Malaysia is doing a vertical stack.
Both teams obviously prepared for this tournament, looking very crisp in executing their throws.
Number
They
47,
throw a big
Hawking.
forehand throw, and it's going to be a one-on-one,
Whoa!
which is caught and rebounded. An excellent catch by the Malaysian player
To their number
who
23.
throws it in front of the end zone. Now they catch it.
Ian Ho Heng catching the disc in the end zone. That's a break, partner.
Ian Ho Heng Jin scoring that goal. The the first break point of Malaysia. They are now up 2-0. Let's see what the Team Philippine U24 squad comes up with.
And this is where the pressure is coming in. Although it's early part of the game, but since they are inexperienced and also very, very young team, so we will see how they will handle this kind of pressure.
Timeout is called by their coach, Kiboy, who is also representing Team Pilipinas in the upcoming World Beach Ultimate Championships in Huntington. That's going to be the next major tournament by WIFDIF. As the replay is shown, an excellent rebound catch and a gimme throw right away. Number 13, seen excited. Tan Chi Shin celebrating that point even before that was caught.
He knew it, my friend. He knew it.
But again, an excellent, excellent rebound catch by number 1 from Malaysia. Pull now happens as Team Pilipinas looks to bounce back from that early break point gotten by Malaysia.
Oh, wait. Team Pilipinas setting up the disc. Malaysia is setting an early zone defense.
Looking to change things up with an early go. That
giving
was very
Philip-
mature for their coach to recognize that Team Pilipinas while being athletic, does have problems in getting the disc moving, thus throwing a zone early on in this game.
I agree. And this one is a almost man-to-man zone. That's why the team Pilipinas is having a little confusion on how to go against with it. To number 7 of the team Philippines.
Finally, some flow is seen from the team Philippines. They do get it uphill. They are trying to win that one-on-one in the mid. They do so. They are near the end zone.
Malaysia shifting to man-to-man defense already upon reaching the middle of the field. Let's see how Philippines will, if it's advantageous to them or not.
Philippines do an excellent job keeping the offense alive through their handlers. Left-handed player Felipe Diago, who is also representing the Philippines in various tournaments. As the Philippines scores their first point of the game, they get on board against a tough Malaysian defense. Malaysia doing an excellent job slowing down the offensive point for Team Philippines.
I agree.
But Team Philippines willing their way into their end zone. Let's see any further adjustments made by both teams.
I think for Team Philippines, they just have to settle down because this is their first tournament as a group in the international field. As we can see the replay, nice look from their handler to number 11, Felipe Diago. So,
and being left-handed does have its perks when it comes to this sport, partner. What do you think?
I would think not only in this sport, but because we're literally used to being right-handed, so our perspective will always be as a right-handed person. So
correct.
If you're a left-handed, you're already at an advantage.
All right, to start the pull, the energetic Lucas Barrios is going to start the defensive point for Team Pilipinas here. Malaysia looking very poised right now, sitting on a 1-point lead, coming from an early break to start their game for them.
That's number... Oh, there's a counter zone by the Philippines. Oh, it's not.
A zone is thrown by the Philippines to slow down the offense of Malaysia. Malaysia do have taller players and do have more athletic players in this roster, I would say, so far.
If you're if you're being zoned, how do you go again? How do you manage it?
Well, honestly, partner, it really depends on the kind of coverage that is being shown. The Philippines running, I think, a traditional 3-3-1 zone, which its purpose is basically to have the disc swinging, as Malaysia is doing so very confidently at that.
Audrey King.
And I'm right on cue as a hawk is thrown.
Perry Lee.
And Felipe tracks it down as it was going out of bounds. Philippines now have a chance to get this break back. Felipe picks it up. A quick
looking for a
upline cut is denied. And
there
Felipe hawks it deep. Will it connect? An excellent defensive play by the Malaysian player, tracking that disc down from the get-go, being able to put his body in there and block that disc.
That's Eric Ting getting the disc. Ubon Kai had a miscommunication, a rare miscommunication by Ubon Kai to his handlers.
Flat mark to start by Malaysia. Oh, I'm sorry. They are forcing down the line.
Diago, a left-hander, to Ramirez.
Gives it to Luis Ramirez, who is looking for his co-handler. Has no problem resetting that disc as Malaysia fills into that break side. They are doing an excellent job in keeping this offense along the line. Philippines willing their way through that same side. And this is not where you want to be, partner, when you are playing offense. You have less space to make a cut. But the Philippines somehow managing to keep that disc alive with that big looping throw. Malaysia playing catch-up right now, doing a flat mark, forcing that disc back into the forehand side.
This is actually a smart move from the Philippines to take it out of the sideline, but
an inside backhand throw is going to be too strong for that. A little bit too much sauce from Felipe. Will Malaysia get their second break? We shall see. Team Pilipinas trying to get that point back.
That's
As
Sam Perry to Ubon Kai.
the Malaysian O-line looking very poised, as I mentioned, partner. They are a squad that came from 2019 AOUGC tournament in Shanghai, China. 30% of their squad is made up of veterans that already came from big tournaments.
Although this team is relatively new, but they're showing a lot of poise right now. There's a call in the field. The disc is going back to Audrey King Lide. So I think that's a travel.
Malaysia playing with the tenacity they are known for in the international tournaments. As two cutters run deep.
Audrey King setting the cutter.
A big fake is made. They now look to dump. Beautiful
Nice
around
pass.
throw. Attacking that lateral side. They got stopped in the middle, but they did a great job of swinging that disc again.
They're
Excellent in cut.
Yeah, they're very patient. As I said,
You are right on cue again, partner.
they're very patient, but then again, they
Felipe chucks a hawk down and another turnover for the Philippines. Let's see if this cost them this time around. Team Malaysia looking very poised, walking down.
the difference is very glaring, partner. The Malaysians are very patient, right on cue. They're calling a timeout to settle things down. And on the other hand, Philippines is very aggressive, looking for their early points, hawking it deep, and then trying to, get it to go to their end zone
You
right
can
away.
definitely see two different styles of ultimate here as Team Pilipinas, again, as you said, relies heavily on athleticism and how they're able to convert points off the deep throw. As we go into the timeout and we go into a quick commercial break, we'll be right back.
Welcome back to our live broadcast. It's Team Philippines versus Malaysia. Malaysia up by 1 point, 2-1, and 77 minutes left in the game.
Malaysia looking to get the second break of the game as they do set up their offense. Here in Ultimate, after a timeout, an offensive team is allowed to set up their offense as the defense sets up and they start
With
the
the
point.
zone D.
It is going to be broken right away as their handlers do an excellent job of keeping that disc open. A beautiful bid is made by Felipe and a call is going to be made by the Malaysian player. I believe he was able to catch it first and stop rotation before the play was made.
So a strip called and considered a foul. No
Uncontested,
contested.
right in front, and a beautiful inside-out high forehand throw is going to come back to
A
the thrower
violation is
as a
called.
violation is called before the disc is checked in. Let's see if number 97 does the same thing with that throw again. It is defended this time around off the throw. Felipe Jago doing an excellent job defending that. A hand block, I believe.
Nice
He now
defense.
starts the offense for Team Pilipinas. The swing is a bit too high, but Lucho
Yeah,
being
the
able to
bid.
catch that disc, diving for that, keeping it with two hands. Lucas now has the disc in the middle, swinging it right back. And another bid is made by the same player, Lucho rather, trying to get his jersey dirty early into the game. The Philippines struggling to keep this disc alive as Malaysia is clamping down on their defense, making it hard for Team Pilipinas. The throw is too high from that standing forehand, and Malaysia now gets that defensive point. They are in front of the end zone looking for that second break. Malaysia being patient with the disc right now.
They're getting very technical, Malaysia.
They are being very patient, letting their handlers do the throwing and the bulk of the work while opening up space. As I am right on cue, number 8 puts in the second break of the game for Team Malaysia.
And
Team Pilipinas trying to come back, playing offense the next point.
Malaysia saw an opportunity that the Philippines is getting tired already with how they're playing.
High fives given by the Malaysian squad. Everyone keeping themselves rooted, reminding themselves that this is early into the game. And if they do want to get this W, they have to keep the aggression coming on. As we see the replay right here, an excellent gimme by the two handlers, and a left-handed forehand throw is going to connect on the break side. Team Pilipinas denying that early swing, but a quick give and go by the handlers from Malaysia results in a Malaysian goal.
You're right about that, partner. This is still early. There's still time left to catch up with this, but the Philippines really has to settle down and make their plays right.
And it seems like defense is going to be the name of the game for this, well, game. As the Malaysian squad starts their defensive point. looking for a quick transition score. They decide to be patient with it and end up having to make their
Nice
main
bid.
handler lay out for that. A quick backhand throw is going to be defended again. Twice defended by number 55 for Team Pilipinas.
That's Ronette
Cueing a
Ramos
hook and
hooking
he throws it deep.
to number 7,
Number
Jester
7,
Zelda,
Jester Zelda.
getting the diss.
And he scores a goal for Team Philippines to start the second half. The action clearly has not ended. Ladies and gentlemen, we are in for a game. 1-point game. Malaysia takes lead 8-7.
Nice D-hole there from Team Philippines. And nice look from their handler looking to their cutter, Jester Zelda, getting the point in the end zone. We will see now
Let's take a look
the
if we have a
adjustments
replay.
there.
And we'll just get back to the next point, I guess. Team Philippines gonna play defense now. Seems like there was a timeout. Let's see if it's an actual timeout in the game, or are we gonna hear whistles for the pull to happen?
I think they're just settling down, taking their time to put their line, the D line there.
Tightly contested game. Apologies for the typo. The actual score is 8-7 in favor of Malaysia, not 8-6. Team Pilipinas starting on defense as Team Malaysia will look to continue their good momentum from the first half.
Good pull from Team Philippines, keeping
Placing
it
on the
inbound.
sideline. Quick swing to the middle and a give and go to create an upline cut with
There-
a nice momentum, a throw upwards.
There was a miscommunication on
Two
the
defenders
defense.
on there, and the
Malaysia.
Malaysian player brings it down with an awesome one-handed grab. Score is 9-7. Malaysia keeping that clean offensive point.
That was a miscommunication on the defense, resulting to the great offensive point from Malaysia.
An awesome give and go to start the point by the handlers from Malaysia, and a beautiful throw put out for the taller receiver against the two running Filipino defenders.
Malaysia up by 2. Score is 9-7. So this is, if I believe, partner, if there is a time to make a run, this will be it for the Team Philippines, right?
We are roughly looking at the 20-minute mark left. The Philippines will need to come up with something or create a break. But before that, they have to hold this point. Malaysia doing an excellent job of staying in the lead and being composed. They ran an excellent one-shot play earlier before this point. We'll see what they crack up with the defense right now, as this game is proving to be a game of athleticism and wills. What do you think, partner?
I think it will come down to the game, to the breaks of the game, because both teams have not settled down, have not really settled down yet, and they're since they're both new teams, they're trying to, build their chemistry as the tournament goes along.
Excellent flow and excellent chemistry shown by Team Pilipinas right now. They finally found their step as Zach Lapa throws a down-the-line backhand throw to his teammate, who is going to punch it in. A clean hold by Team Pilipinas to answer to that quick point by Malaysia earlier. The score is 9-8. Still tightly contested and both teams finding their flow right now. We'll see who ends up getting the win.
That is one of the cleanest point of this game so far. That flow from the Philippines, from their vertical stack, making their plays from their handlers going to the end zone, resulting to another point from Team Philippines.
Let's see that replay again.
So the more important thing, partner, is that the Team Philippines keep their defense tight to slow down the flow of Malaysia and make another play for a turnover.
Yeah, definitely Malaysia has very strong physical cutters that are athletic enough to force the issue on some of their cuts. Let's see how Team Pilipinas matches up against them
Team
as they do
Pilipinas
another handler movement.
throwing another zone.
Excellent point, partner. They are throwing a zone to stop the hucking or stop the bleeding at this point. Malaysia doing an excellent job playing inside or through the zone. Team
That
Pilipinas quickly recovering, but the Malaysian handlers just proving to be too much or overwhelming when it comes to the throws.
the zone of the Team Philippines.
Excellent break.
The, there's a hole in the middle for the zone of Team Philippines right now. That's why it's super easy for the Malaysian players to pass the disc through the middle.
And Malaysia throwing with absolute confidence, getting the flow, and they are looking like a team that actually trained for this tournament. And it is showing. Looking very loose and confident in their handlers and their ability to move the disc and the defense. They are shifting the defense and they are throwing through the zone right now as the lateral throws just keep on coming. The Philippines is doing a good job of denying the forward throw, but Malaysia proving to be overwhelming with their lateral throws, making the zone move again and again. A quick give and go there is going to be interrupted by the Filipino player. An excellent defensive play there inside the zone. They quickly run to the disc and start the offense going.
Very
A quick sink to the middle is gonna be dropped. A miscommunication and the throw was low enough for the cutter to make a mistake. And a bid is made by the Team Pilipinas player, but the Malaysian player catches it and ends up with a goal. That is number 97, Eric Ting QU Agan, with a goal.
Malaysia dodging
Malaysia.
Malaysia dodging a bullet there, my friend. But another wasted opportunity for Team Philippines as they were not able to even move away from the Malaysian zone, Malaysian end zone. That's why
right there.
it's super easy for the Malaysia to convert the turnover to a score.
Excellent defensive play by the Filipino player earlier, but unfortunately they gave it right back. Malaysia being able to take advantage of that and capitalize to get the 2-point lead again. Malaysia sitting on a not so comfortable lead. We'll see how this game ends up in. But so far, Malaysia is looking very poised right now.
The composure of our under 24 Team Pilipinas Binata is right now being tested as they are still down by 2, 10-8.
Both teams talking about it right now.
Paging TV.
No timeout is called, and thus the whistles are heard for the poll to be made. Team Pilipinas starts an offense on this one. The score is 10-8 on this very tightly contested game 2 in Asia-Oceanic Ultimate and Guts Championship 2023 in sunny Alabang Country Club. No win so far, which has been the result of a lot of huck looks for both teams. A quick lefty to their main handler, Tisho, who turfs the disc after that catch. Malaysia has an opportunity to get a 3-point comfortable lead. Beautiful swinging happening for Malaysia right now, attacking that lateral space.
Crucial turnover for Team Philippines as we have 14 minutes left in the game.
Number 20, Ahmad Afi, catching that disc, controlling his team as they look to punch in their next break. A pick is called in the field, and play will stop as it is about to be checked in. Jester Zelda marking a flat mark here, spacing away, and they try to force the issue with a handler swing, which is going to be turfed just a little bit too strong for the co-handler there. Team Pilipinas getting another chance to score this offensive point for them and cut this lead by 1. Jared Lesa gets that swing. And the good thing about this offense is they're putting it into the break side, giving it a lot of chances for the offense to create something.
And that was that defensive turnover was the result of poaching of number 0 for Team Filipinas, Zacarizo Lapat. And right now, the disc is on the sideline for Team Pilipinas.
Team Malaysia doing an excellent job forcing that swing, denying the upline cuts and denying the downfield cuts. Takes a lot of patience for an offense to work for this.
The cutters for Team Pilipinas is seemingly waiting too deep.
They are spread out in their offense right now. The Malaysian squad doing an excellent job of stopping the offense so far, keeping them swinging and denying downfield cuts right now. As the main handler, I think there was a call in the play.
A strip call.
A strip is called, and the disc goes back to 0. Zach Lapat anchoring the offenses of this team. Gives it to his buddy Jester Zelda, who looks for a follow-through pass. They are attacking the small space now, but Malaysia is doing a great job in keeping, or in denying rather, that disc forward.
Malaysia looks like they're doing a zone in the middle, but it's just that the players of Team Pilipinas is clumped together in the middle. That's why it's super hard for their handlers to have a forward pass in the middle. There's a call in the field. I think it's travel.
Travel is called on Jester Schwelda. He gives a quick pass to his handler, and he stays behind the disc as safety as they move it forward. Malaysia doing an excellent job once again defending their handlers. Philippines got lucky there, I would say. Now they're in front of their end zone looking to hold this offensive point, albeit they are struggling, forcing the issue on the open side.
Nice bid by the Malaysian player, but a foul was called by number 81, Jared Lesa.
Jared Lesa, of course, one of the standouts in the U24 Pinata program. A tall left-handed handler who can also run and catch the disc up in the air. Let's see how he matches up with his opponent in Malaysia. Doing an excellent job in marking the lefty. Jared throws a flicky left-handed backhand throw, which is going to be caught.
Catch by Ronette Earl Ramos.
Earl Ramos doing an excellent job in bidding that. I think it was a trailing edge, and it was left-handed too, partner. Beautiful catch to force the issue on that.
Lefty.
Score is 10-9.
We got some lefty-to-lefty action there. That would be, for some, an ill-advised pass, but if you make it, that would be for an incredible play.
And smiles all over the sideline as the Philippines inch their way into coming back from this game. But Malaysia looking as steady and stable as possible, showing off the veterans that they have in their team that played from the 2019 AOUGC.
Look at
as
their
we take a
replay.
look at number 55, Earl, doing a trailing edge catch, on the right hand. Beautiful bid. And calls the goal.
Now it's time for Team Philippines to put some pressure on the Malaysian offense. We will see if they will still apply their zone defense or they will revert to their man-to-man defense.
Malaysian offense looking silky smooth, very standard and very systematic. Seems that this team actually trained for this, and I was talking to Bernard, their coach, before the game. They had an entire tryout process to make sure that the best of the best are in this team to represent. They are building this up for Worlds. So AOUGC is a good way for them to test the waters and see where they're at. As an isolated player is in front, they decide not to get it and give a nice, cheeky inside-out throw. Beautiful low backhand throw. A dishy is given, and they are looking for a hook. They throw it downfield. A Filipino defender is not going to catch up, and it was a very smooth offensive point by the Malaysian team. Yet again, with that beautiful hander movement leading to a hook for Malaysia as they point towards the camera. What's up, guys? Nice point.
And a change of tactic there offensively for Malaysia, isolating one of their handlers, making way for their cutters to have a very, very wide lanes to play with.
This time around, Eric Ting Yu, or rather Jai Yuen Tan, Here you go again, the nice dishy from the handlers and a beautiful put, which will not be caught by the Filipino defender, but rather scored by number 95 from Malaysia. An excellent read by Jia Yuen Tan.
Malaysia is very pinpoint with their handler offense from start to finish.
And the spacing is actually amazing. The ability to create a lot of open looks for their cutters who are streaking downfield, preventing help defenses from coming along, and also being able to throw through a very contested mark. An excellent play by Malaysia there at that point. Let's see if they can get another break here and inch their way into that win, or will the Philippines hold on and keep this game tight?
Philippines changing their defensive strategy there, but right now they have to focus on scoring this goal.
A nice lady pull to start for Malaysia. They are running downfield. Philippines quickly centers the disc to Zachary Zoe Lapat, who is handling with Jared Lesa and number 55, the guy who made a nice catch earlier,
Ronette Ramos.
Net Earl Ramos. Number 31, Ryan Rene Santos holding on to that disc, who dumps it to Earl, who looks for that inside-out throw. It is going to connect, but a call is going to be made. And an excellent point made by you off the air earlier, partner. Zach likes to stay behind the disc and just be that safety net for their offense. Let's see how this strategy works out for the team, or if there are adjustments that are going to be made by Team Malaysia.
I think that works both ways, my partner, because
Zelda with a nice cut to the open side. He's looking for his next cutter. Decides to throw it laterally, or rather upline. A hook was looked for by Ramos, and it's still thrown to Zelda. A one-on-one is going to happen along the line. Jester brings it down.
Another Ramos to Zelda connection there. Zelda was left wide open by his mark because the defender wasn't.
The defender thought Jester Zelda was clearing out, but yeah, the main handler really had that throw in him and was waiting for Jester Zelda to be in position.
What a connection there.
Number 55, Ronette Earl Ramos, doing back-to-back highlight plays. First, a layout for the goal, and now a beautiful standing forehand hawk along the line, connecting to number 7, Jester Zelda. Malaysia still doing a great job defensively here. Just got a bit lackadaisical in that point, but I'm pretty sure that won't happen again in this tightly contested game as they try to score their next offensive point. Malaysia's O-line looking very poised. None of them have made a turnover in the last 3 points. Looking very silky smooth and connecting on that deep throws.
Malaysia still up by 1 point, 11 to 10. And now it's time for Team Philippines to really up their defense to another gear.
If they're gonna make a run, they better make it now. Not a lot of time left.
They have to
But there
tighten
is
it
a lot
up.
of ultimate to be played.
Ready, last man.
Starting with a very beautiful pull.
Ubon Kai to catch it. Ubon Kai drops that disc.
He wasn't able to touch it. I believe he let it
He let
roll.
it drop.
Yeah, roll outside of the end zone.
Audric Ying Lide to lead their team in offense right now. Walking downfield and being poised.
Walking down to the brick mark for people who's new to Ultimate. So if the pull lands outside of the sideline or end zone, the play will start in the brick mark. And an unfortunate event for Malaysia.
An immediate breakthrough was contested, but I believe a foul is called during the play.
A foul committed by John Liam Diago.
An instant replay being made by both players on what happened during the field. I really hope there's a jumbotron in the next tournament here so everyone can look at the replay.
We can only wish for that, you know.
But,
There's
so
nothing
far,
wrong about dreaming about it.
Upstream and Ultiworld team doing the best that they can to give us quality entertainment. We once again apologize for the power outage earlier, ladies and gentlemen, but rest assured we are back and we are smooth and ready to go. as both teams try to resolve the foul call.
Of course, this will be a crucial moment in the game as Malaysia wants to keep their lead and Philippines wants to even up the score.
It is crunch time, partner, so this is where more communication is needed and more understanding for each other, not allowing the heat of competition get into the way of spirit of the game.
You can see the game advisor behind the players looking at the clock as we are only given up to 60 seconds to settle any differences.
A contested foul is made.
It is uncontested, I guess.
Uncontested?
It is contested foul.
A contested foul is resolved after a couple of handshakes, and Malaysia gets back the disc with Odrick starting their offense. They are looking to attack the break side, partner, as they have been doing all day, which opens up the deep routes and the open side throws for the Hawks.
And the Philippines should be able to adjust to it already as it will be crucial for Team Philippines to not let any break side passes to come through.
A nice dishy is thrown. Hawk is being looked at. They decide not to go with it and instead go back to the lateral big around space throw.
And this
A quick give and go is ran by Malaysia, which is quickly defended by the Philippine team here. I think they are starting to catch up with the offense, though Malaysia staying disciplined and very organized with their play.
A foul is called. Marking foul is called by the number 95 of Malaysia.
Ja Yuen Tan calling a foul on Earl. The disc is going to be reset. A nice
Another break throw.
beautiful throw into small space. And again, Malaysia doing an excellent job in swinging that disc as they go for a hook. The Malaysian player trying to run this one down. It is defended by the Filipinas player as they try to get their break and tie this game up.
That was an awesome job by, I think it's Lucho, right?
That was a great coach by Lucho there.
Yeah.
Tried to look for a replay. It was number
11. John Liam Diago by Team Pilipinas. He was not able to touch this, but he was able to create that destruction.
It was enough to disrupt the flow of the catch. And now Philippines will try to even this score out against Malaysia. We'll see how they do. They start up with a vertical stack as their main hander walks downfield right now. Two cuts happen in order to open it up and open in a break side cut. It is going to be bailed. A high stall and a nice catch is made towards the break side by the Filipinas player, albeit a nice bid by the Malaysian player. Team Pilipinas chucks it deep. And
Nice
it
run
looks
by
like
number
it's
11.
going to connect
And another
for the tie.
score.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have an even game. Team Pilipinas doing an excellent job of tying this game up. A beautiful hook down the field. The score is all 11. What can you say, Ian?
Partner, I will call it a double happiness. He created distraction for the Malaysia to create that turnover, crucial turnover in this game. And now getting to this in the end zone. Wow. What an awesome play by John Liam Diago.
Pilipinas looking hype right now, trying to mount a comeback as we look at the deep throw that happened and a beautiful standing hook. Just look at how sweet that is, waiting for that cutter to just put it inside. Beautiful throw.
I was about to say earlier.
That was a full field hook. He was inside the end zone as well. What a cannon of a throw by Liam Diago. Beautiful throw.
I was about to say, right now we have to look at how tired the players are because the sun is up and it's just the breaks of the game that's really, creating those points for each team.
Boys, tara, sideline na tayo dito, tara!
Well, again, the climate or the weather rather being a factor here as things are starting to slow down, partner. It's starting to become a game of wills at this point. The score is tied at 11. Malaysia did an excellent job busting out of the gates, getting an early lead, and even starting the second half with a 2-point comfortable lead. Philippines just inching and clawing their way back, fighting for contention. And now they finally made it an even game. Let's see if Malaysia can hold this offensive point and regain the lead. They start out with a horizontal stack towards the middle. A beautiful downfield cut is going to be made. Someone is streaking deep. They decide not to go for it. A quick swing is made to their ever-dependent handlers. Who turfs it? I am right on cue with that one. The Malaysian handler turfs it. I think it was slippery from all the sweat. It is kind of humid today. The Philippines looking to regain their lead, or rather get the first lead of the game with this break. A quick handler movement is made in front of the red zone. Jester Zelda, who started as an O player, now playing D-line.
There's a call in the field. I think it is a foul called due to a strip. And
it was a nice bid by the Malaysian player, but I like how they are talking right now, very comfortably, and you know how they are very respectful of each other.
Let's look at the replay.
Beijing Patrick.
It's a very close call. Well, they don't have the benefit of the replay. The players have to talk to each
It
other.
was a really close call. I believe the Malaysian player did an excellent job of reading that disc on where it was going to go. And although he did make great bids, a collision did happen. And since this is a non-contact sport, it might be called a foul, which Zach is, I think, calling.
It is a contested foul.
It is a contested foul.
The disc will go back to the...
Jester Zelda is in front of the end zone. And again, Zelda known for his dynamic throws. Could throw a high forehand here, which he is known for here in the Philippines. Let's see what he cooks up with. Obviously, Team Malaysia not allowing that throw to happen right away.
Stall count is
as it
2.
starts. Quick dishy by Jester Zelda to their main handler, number 55, the highlight machine.
Another call in the field. I think it's a
marking foul this time around, I guess.
Or a pick in the middle of the...
Away from the play.
Yeah. Pick in the middle of the...
And as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, if you've been staying tuned, this game's intensity just amped up. You can really feel every single cut worked hard for. Nothing easy at this point of the game as the closing minutes begin.
Philippines trailing all game long and right now looking for the first lead of the game.
Another violation as to prove my point that things are tightening up in this tightly contested game.
But the spirit of the game still allows us, to be allows this competition to be still friendly in spite of being competitive.
That is the beauty of it, partner. Right now, this is an excellent chance for everyone to take a breather too, as this game is becoming hot. The wind has died down, and the heat is starting to cook up.
I think, yeah. So they're settling what's happening in the middle of the field so that it won't the violation will not happen again. The game advisor coming in already.
And a crucial point, especially for Malaysia, who is starting this game on offense. A crucial point for them right now with their O-line playing in the field. And the longer they stay there, the less rest that they get for the remainder of the game.
A contested ball.
They are looking to get this offensive point back as they mark well.
Zach Lapat.
Philippines swinging that disc laterally, playing with their handlers, attacking that small space. And an inside out is going to connect for the first lead of Team Philippines.
Another score.
This U24 squad proving that they want it, willing their way into that end zone, albeit the Malaysian team doing an excellent job holding that course.
John Liam Diago is the star of the game for this.
So far, he's been playing all out, and he has been showing that he has it.
Two consecutive points and one crucial defense to create that turnover. And that was the first lead, and that was it.
And it seems that it is game point as the Philippines sneaks this win in the first game, in their first game rather, in the Asia-Oceanic Ultimate and Guts Championship. High fives are being given. That was a tightly contested game, partner.
Team Pilipinas or the Binata showing some composure, a lot of composure there in the end game, trailing all the way, all game long, and creating those important plays.
Still hats off to the Malaysian team though. They were able to start and get the lead early into the game, and they held the lead even up to 2 points, starting from the half and even starting on offense from it with the Philippine defense. And as you can see, the rotations really tightened up towards the end of the game. Coach Kiboy doing an excellent job playing with his roster and maintaining, keeping his stars and studs fresh towards the end of the game for that late 3-point swing to win it.
Their youth playing a huge role there, their energy, making them good use of it, and creating those. I still can't get over how much a factor Jan Liam Diago was at the end of that game. 2 consecutive points.
A lot of big plays coming from the left-handed handler, obviously. But overall, it was a team win for them, and they are going to be happy with this to start their first tournament. We shall see in the next games. And that's about it for Malaysia and Team Philippines. We'll see you guys in the next game. Again, this is the Asia-Oceanic Ultimate and Guts Championship in Sunnyside, Ayala, Alabang Country Club. This is JP De Vera.
This is Ian Garcia.
We'll see you later, guys. Peace.
Field 4, Japan.